So first rates coming up, the Nifty and the Sensex. We'll do a quick check. IT index was the biggest loser. 24,373 is where the Nifty is starting and 79,800. So the Nifty is up 200 points and the Sensex is starting with a 700-point gain. So about 1% higher, both on the Nifty and the Sensex. Nifty IT is up 1.6, which means it's entirely reversing the losses from yesterday, almost entirely reversing. Nifty Bank was in the green yesterday, but barely so. It's up 0.5% at the word go, 50,417. Market breadth is positive, 4:1 in favor of what's up right out of the gates. So that is the overall picture as far as indices are concerned, but let's take it to stocks.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at some of the result reactions first up. For Eicher Motors, good set of numbers. Brokerages have raised their target price on the stock. So Eicher Motors is up 4% right now. Margins have improved, so the street likes that. Let's take a look at ONGC, because over there, Morgan Stanley has raised their target price on ONGC to 430. That one has, of course, been gaining all this while, but ONGC just pulled that up for you. Cochin Shipyard is also up almost about 6%, so result reactions coming in over there. And then you have Biocon, where the earnings were weak. The margins are down almost 290 basis points year on year, so Biocon could be in the red this morning. Lupin, as I was talking about, JP Morgan has upgraded into an overweight. They raised its target price to 2,400 on Lupin. That one perhaps could look good. But for now, Eicher Motors and ONGC are your top gainers. Both are up about 3 to 4%. And then you have all the IT names, HCL Tech, Mahindra, Infosys, TCS, Wipro, all up in the green, up about 1 to 2%. M&M is holding up, so there's barely any stock in the red. BPCL, HDFC Life are two stocks that are just trending in the red. And for now, the market, look at that, looking extremely solid. Sensex up 800 points, Nifty up 230 points. We've bounced back, and how?
Well, that's right, Sonia. A few stocks, though, they're seeing big moves today. Bharat Rasayan, I saw that company on our ticker, the sharp jump in operating numbers. EBITDA is up close to around 6x. That one is up close to 10%. So one of the top movers in today's trading session. Keep an eye on that one. Bharat Rasayan is the one they're talking about. JG Chemicals, that one as well is up close to around 10%. Bharat Rasayan is now up close to around 17%. JG Chemicals is up more than 10%. Those numbers as well look pretty good. So that one's flying away. Cosmo first, we'll try to get the management later on in the trading session, and that one as well is opened up with a gain of close to around 6%. On the flip side, Birla Corp, that one, the numbers we just explained to you were quite disappointing. Margins weak, realizations under pressure, stock down 3.5%. It's corrected from 1,800 to around 1,400 rupees, but that's under pressure. Shankara Bilcon is another one that's down more than 3% in today's trade. I guess those numbers as well were rather disappointing. Let's pull up SAIL. The initial tick was in the red, but the street was prepared for a net short number. So SAIL should come up here on the screen. It's still down close to around 2%. The high debt in their books, that's what's swing. Earlier today, we mentioned that maybe tech will do well and maybe metals will do well. For starters, since the global space is in a better position, you have the IT index that's up close to 2%, the metal index as well as up close to 1%. Both of them have pulled back this week, so that's where we're seeing these stocks doing quite well. Mphasis, Oracle, Persistent Systems, all of them up more than 2% in trade. It's a good start. Let's see how we end Friday, but the start is to the bulls.
Absolutely, and so we got about 240 points gains on the Nifty coming through at this stage. And the biggest volume-led gainer is Cochin Shipyard. Cochin Shipyard is up, 5.5% right now. 24.35 on Cochin Shipyard coming through. That's a sectoral sort of snapshot view. I think you've got equal number of sectors in the red and similar number of sectors in the green as well. So metals are lower, FMCG is down, infra is down, energy is down, real estate is down. And of course, autos, I think it's just a rebound because auto sector lost about 8-9%. While the Nifty lost about 4.5% in this recent fall. So there is a bit of a move up on the auto sector. It's up 1.25% this morning. So just to pull back. Otherwise, healthcare is up about 0.8, pharma is up about 1, and financials are up about 0.8% as well. So that's the overall landscape. Let's just tell you a few of these stocks. Cochin Shipyard is the biggest volume-led gainer. It'll come up on your screen. 24.18 on Cochin Shipyard. ONGC is up 3%. It's got very large volumes. Triveni Turbine was a very large mover yesterday. It's coming up with large volumes, 4% in the green. I think Nigel mentioned ITD, big move over the last 2 or 3 days now. 572 yesterday, of course, ITD was up I think 15%. K Fintech was a very large mover yesterday. That is essentially the mutual fund RTA. So I think a competitor to CAMS, 970 on K Fintech. After the move that we had. I mean, so basically, day before yesterday, the stock left off at 840. It's 970 this morning. 2 sessions. I mean, actually, a session and the first few minutes today. You have Oracle Financial Services, 3.5 higher. Emphasis. So, yeah, IT is doing well. Mayur Uniquoters is another one. Interesting name there. It's up 6%. The recent low on Mayur Uniquoters was about 580. It's at about 666 this morning. There is FACT, which is up about 2.75%. Cosmo First, I think we mentioned. PC Jewelers, I go down the list, but volumes start to thin out a little bit. On the downside, there's not very much. I mean, I think Apollo Tyre, maybe 2% down. All these, the PSU names, RVNL, SAIL, IFCI, IRCON, BPCL, HPCL, MTNL. I mean, I think that's the only sort of common thread I can find, which is all of them are essentially PSU names, and they're all down between 1 and 3.5%. This morning. Large volumes, of course, on most of these names.